Hey, welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a long time, and I apologize for that. Had a bunch of stuff show up that needed done, and right now I'm fighting an ear infection, so it hasn't been a good month. Um, I wanted to show a video on. I'm going to do two separate videos, but on both my Larry Vickers Glocks that I picked up at the same store at the same time. They just happen to have both a 17 and a 19 together. And I was visiting Humans for Targets, Paul, and he took me to his local gun store up there because he knew I was looking just for a flat dark earth 17. And we walked in, and lo and behold, they had two. They had a Vickers and a 17 and a Vickers 19 in the counter case. And I said I'd take two of them. And Paul asked if they had any more, and the guy said, "Oh, sure," because he was going to grab a 19, as he's already has a 17. And the guy came back a little bit, about 3 minutes later, and said, "No, these were the last two we had." So sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to yank you out of the 19, but they'll get more for you. Okay, so they came with two 17 round mags. They come with the floor plates, and of course the magazine reloader, the brush, all the normal stuff. They do come with this plug in the rear that you can take this out, and once you do, I can't do it on camera, so I'll have to do it off camera to show you as soon as I get something here to shove it in. It's kind of neat, actually. It's your takedown tool, and it fills up for the grip area, and it's a takedown tool for the gun. So I like how they did that. Now I don't know if that's something that Larry came up with, or if something Glock came up with, but it's flat dark earth also. So it not only fills the little hole back there, it also has your tool, your disassembly tool, installed in it, and it snaps right in. You can see the little. See if I can find a pointer here. I just have to use a pen. You can see the little knob that protrudes out some, and it just snaps right in the back of that hole in the frame, just like so. And that, along with the Vickers mag base plate, you have a good quarter-inch more grip space on the 17 and on the 19. It really comes in handy on the 19, but it gives you, almost more than you need on the 17. They came with the Wilson Vickers sights. As you can see, it's not your traditional notch square, it's rounded. This is the entire flat dark earth pistol, as you can tell. It comes with an extended mag release. It's a little bit rounded. I don't have it in. It does come with the extended slide release, which is really nice because now when you grab this, it's right there. Same way with when you get the other base on, you really don't have to mess with your grip that much. So, I mean, this thing is nice and sweet. It's right there. It's not enough to come free in a holster or mess you up that way, but it's real easy now to just do that. Let's see, what else? Oh, it's got the RTS 2 grip all the way around. So I can get that in focus. Yeah, I was, and I wish they put this on all, or at least the new Gen 5s. That would be so great. If they put the RTS grip style, I'd like to see it do it on all. Now, I took the original. I have not shot this gun or the 19 yet, and I've had them since end of July, I believe. I took the original Larry Vickers serial number barrel out, and it is right here. Never been shot other than at the factory. And what I put in was my factory 17 barrel that shot beautifully out of my race gun. And I did that just so I could shoot the gun without affecting the new barrel. You know, I haven't decided if I'm just going to make these safe queens or if I'm actually going to go shoot them. Then I thought about, well, I was going to turn the 17 into a race gun because of the frame, a backup race gun, as opposed to my other black 17, which is all decked out, and you can see videos of it. His David Carver components on it, my sponsored trigger maker, Johnny Glock's custom triggers, which is by far the best triggers you can buy. I've tried them all. I've tried Pyramid, I've tried Zev, you name it. And Johnny he does stuff that I don't even know how he does it. He's not supposed to be able to do it, I guess, but physics. The man creates his own physics. So anyhow, I thought, well, I'll make this into a backup gun, and this is my instructor gun for classes. But I picked up this base for red dot. Now this one is a polymer just like the frame, but it does not give. I mean, it's nice and tight. It doesn't sink. I mean, it's really well built. It does have the bolt that replaces the one pin. Goes all the way through, works fine, tightens up, clamps onto your front. And the reason I got that is because on the race gun right now, I have the Seymour 3. I did pick up another Seymour RTS 2 in the 6 dot. And then I thought, well, I'll pick one up with the 8. And so I have actually those two extra. And I thought, well, I'll make this as a backup gun, put that bracket on it, sight the red dot in, and use this barrel for now, and then eventually get another match barrel that is threaded and put a compensator on it. And that was the plan. I was debating back and forth whether or not to do that to that gun or make it a safe queen. And then lo and behold, and I can't show you everything because of my address, but I can tell you, if you look at his GSF letter, and here's the award firearms order sheet. This is if I want to give it or transfer the winning, and then the award winners. I won a Glock. I just got this the other day, and the match was in July, towards the end of July, middle to end July. But there was over 500 shooters at that match, so it's going to take some time to get everything sorted out. So with that coming, this beautiful Vickers Glock 17 that has yet to be fired may remain unfired, and dummy rounds in there, may remain unfired and put in the safe, at least for now anyhow, because I'm going to pick up another 17 now from Glock since I won one, and that will be just a stock Gen 3 17 that will turn into my backup race gun, which will be set up somewhat like the actual race gun. And perfect example. And here's why you need a backup race gun if you're shooting competition. At this particular Glock match, which I'm really surprised, right towards the end on the plate rack, I had, and it's my fault, with the compensator, I got a 4-port compensator on top, and it's got 3 bleeding ports on each side. So with the compensator, you have to do a little work. You have to change the recoil spring, because with a 17-pound spring or 16-pound spring, the gun's single shot. So you had to get an 11-pound spring. Well, a buddy of mine found them on eBay with a stainless steel guide rod, captured guide rod, and they were, I mean, freaking cheap, like $20 or $23. So he bought one and I bought one. And then about a week before the match, maybe a little less than a week. Well, it was Tuesday and the match was Saturday, so what, 4 days ahead of time? Johnny Glocks came here to my house and worked on my gun, and worked on, I think he worked on 5 or 6 guns that day. And the first thing he said was, my spring's not going to last, my recoil spring. I mean, as soon as he picked the gun up and racked it, he did some checking and said, man, this spring's just not going to work. And he didn't have any on him, and I didn't have any time to order a Wolf spring and get it here on time unless I wanted to overnight it, and then that was, going to be a ridiculous amount. So I thought, well, the springs worked so far, hopefully it will get me through this one more day. Well, the last stage, which we did the plates last, the recoil spring broke. So I ended up shooting the last half of it basically single shot. And that's why I thought, man, I just screwed everything up. I had ordered Wolf springs, and the sad part is they came in the day of the match. We were 2 hours away at the match, and my wife texted me and said that my springs came in the mail while we were gone that day. So I now have 3 springs backup in the bag in case that would happen again. But the best thing would be is to have an extra gun ready to go. It's all sighted in and everything. As long as you're in the same class, you don't want to do something that's different. I mean, they're both basically going to be set up the same, pretty much identical. So one goes down, there's the other one, and I will have that with me next year, along with the springs, and my buddy Bob will be doing the same thing. So anyhow, back to the original, the Vickers Glock. I'm telling you right now, it's got a better trigger than comes standard on your factory. It's probably still the 5-pound area, 5.5 pound, but it's not like when you get one that says it's 5.5 pound and it breaks at like 8. This one actually breaks right about 5, and it's a nice crisp break, so that's good. The enhancements Larry came up with for this is very nice. Matter of fact, I just talked to him the other day on Facebook. I sent him a private message and thanked him for his service to this country, for one. And then I thanked him for the enhancements he came up with and working with Glock to get this pistol like it is. My goal is to get one of each from each year. Now, I may be mistaken on this, okay, so don't hold me to it exactly, but I think each year they're a different color or a different setup. Like one was flat dark earth, the black top. I think now there's one that's gray with the black top. That was last year's, if I'm not mistaken. This is the first year they've both been the same color. But I would like to actually get, I think it's been 5 years now he's been doing it, so that's what, 10 more guns? I would like to eventually find a 17 and a 19 each year he did that, so, and have them so you can progressively see what he's changed and what adaptation he's did. So anyhow, if you can find one of these, do yourself a favor and pick it up. Shoot it if you want to. A lot of people do. A lot of people say gun's a tool, nothing to be stuck in a safe, but that's fine. I have other 17s I shoot. I just wanted this one and the 19 for what they were, and I really don't need to shoot them, especially now that I got another Glock coming to fulfill the role that I was going to use this one for. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I got more coming now that things have settled down, and we'll talk to you later.